President Trump announced plans to impose 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum imports as part of a very aggressive effort to remake the existing terms of world trade, a move some business owners say carries inflation risk at a time when voters are already weary of high prices. Joining us now to talk about more of Mr. Trump's tariffs and how they will affect your pocketbook is businessman and CEO Bill Courtney, the founder of Classic American Hardwoods. Bill, thank you so much for being back with us. So good to see you here.
Good to see you again, Alex.
Let's start with now, anybody who knows you, and a lot of us have gotten to know you over the years because of so much work that you have done in the community, and of course the award-winning documentary Undefeated. You've always gone against the grain. Why so? Where does that come from?
Probably the way I grew up and just being from Memphis, we're a diverse community. We have a diversity of ideas, but we're rich in heritage and both entrepreneurship and business and music and the arts. And you don't get all of that by having one school of thought dominate. And I guess I just came up that way, and so that's the way I interact in both my philanthropic endeavors, my business endeavors, and social endeavors.
When it comes to just kind of going against how things typically are, you have been kind of speaking out, especially with some of these new tariffs. How concerned are you about those, and how do you view them?
I actually view them as, you know, the threat of tariffs are oftentimes a negotiating ploy, and even maybe have more bite than the tariffs themselves. If you think about what happened with the Panama Canal only a few weeks ago, the threat of tariffs against Canada and Mexico got Canada and Mexico to come to the table about some things that the current administration didn't like, and they let go of those tariffs. But of course, the 10% tariffs on China stayed, and now this new 25% tariff on metal products. The thing is, I think the threat of tariffs are a negotiating tactic, but when the tariffs take hold, it is an absolute fact that that raises prices for consumers.
And I guess there's kind of a spillover effect also for a lot of business folks out there, Bill, when it comes to maybe the issue of immigration. How do you kind of deal with that also?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to get into the ultra political side of things, and I know your previous guest is a politician, but I think common sense has to prevail. We have to know who's coming in and out of our country, so we need a strong border.
Right.
But if you want a house, or you want to go out to eat, or you want your hotel room cleaned, or you want to eat groceries, you need to understand the vast majority of people working in those industries is immigrant and Hispanic labor. We are fed, housed by immigrant labor. So there's clearly a demand for the labor. We clearly, I don't think anybody from either side of the aisle wants murderers and rapists in our country.
So Bill, at the same time though, can we keep our borders strong and secure, you think?
Well, I think we can, but here's the other side to that issue. It takes sometimes 6, 7, 8 years to get a green card. So if you're sitting languishing in Guatemala and need a job, and you apply for a green card to come here legally, and it takes 7, 8 years, there's no wonder you risk life and limb to get here. But then when you get here, you got to live under the shadows and under the threat of deportation. The point is, there's a demand for labor. We need the labor, and our system is broken. And I don't care if you're on the right or left side of the aisle, we got to fix that.
Is that also a big part of how you kind of perceive things, and a big part of what an army of normal folks is all about? This podcast that has really generated a lot of attention nationwide, has it not?
Yeah, you know, I don't believe fancy people in New York on TV, and I don't believe a lot of the fancy people in D.C. are really going to fix what ails us. I just think it's an army of normal folks, guys like you and me, seeing areas of need in our community and filling it. And the beauty of it is, I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, gay, straight, Christian, Muslim, agnostic. I don't care these divisions we categorize ourselves in. I don't care what you're in. If you're using your assets and your resources and your time to serve someone who's not as blessed as you in your community, I can celebrate you, regardless of any of that other stuff. And if I'm doing the same, you can celebrate me. And if then from that foundation of mutual common respect, we can start having these questions and these conversations about tariff and immigration and everything else from a foundation of mutual respect, then we can start to have civil, non-threatening conversations about the stuff that matters. And that's the power of an army of normal folks engaging rather than a bunch of fancy people telling us how to think.
And very quickly here, a lot of folks can find your podcast where?
Wherever you find podcasts, hit the button, type in an army of normal folks, and you'll hear a bunch of normal folks talking about this kind of stuff.
Bill, you're always shaking it up, my friend. Always good to have you.
Thanks, Alex.
Be back to visit us, please.
Always.
All right. Max